So this is Slate. He's my cranky old man. You can see he's a little bit standoffish still. He is a rescue horse from Heart of Phoenix Equine Rescue. If you haven't been following this guy, he's an amazing horse. I'm teasing him and giving him a hard time, but he really is an incredible horse. He's a horse that we are fostering here at Steady Horse for Heart of Phoenix Equine Rescue. And he came from a place where he wasn't handled. He's a stallion. He was a candidate for euthanasia because he was so dangerous to be handled, biting, kicking, charging, lunging. And just the fact that he's standing here, you can see he's come a long, long way. So if you've been following us, you know we've been working on haltering him. We've haltered him a couple times. A lot of people have been asking about the process and why I do the things that we do. So one of the things that you'll see that I do with Slate, I do have this half wall here where I've been doing most of my handling with him. You know, I have gotten to the point where I can handle him directly away from the half wall, and he's getting more comfortable with that. But I still do a lot of work on this side of the half wall. The reason being is because he would strike out, he'd bite, he'd come after you. Wanted to have some safety for me while I was working with him. But the other thing that a lot of people ask about, I will pick my hand up, and I talk about teaching my horse to fall into my hand. And what I'll do is I'll pick my hand up, I'll pick it up without the halter, but today I've got the halter. And basically when I pick this hand up, I push him into it and I lower when he does walk into my hand, when he softens into my direction. Because I want to be able to just go up in there and rub him and have him stand there and be relaxed and not be so worried. Oh, buddy, yeah. Let me rub him on this side. I can rub you on this. Because ultimately the idea, right, is like just like a normal horse, I want to be able to be where I can just, you know, have him face me and walk right up to him and halter him up. Again, we've been working a lot on haltering with him. Part of that is doing that multiple ways. So one, I want to make sure he can put his nose into the halter. So I'll offer it to him. He says, no, we're not putting that nose into the halter. See that facial expression there where he's like giving me some warnings like, hey buddy, you keep putting pressure on me, I'll come after you, good boy. You might have noticed he does have a cut on his face. It's just a bite. He's got a couple geldings that are his run mates on either side of him, and they play pretty rough. If you haven't seen our last video, we doctored that and put some medicine on it, and he was a champ. Again, you can look at him, you can just see him looking down his eye at me like, again, this guy here messing with me. And I'm just gonna rub and love on him here until he just relaxes and softens, good. And then I'm gonna go right back to offering him to put his nose in the halter, okay? So I'm just gonna, there we go, he touched it. I'm gonna take it away, let him know he made a good decision. I'm gonna pick it up again. You soften into that halter, buddy? Just stick your nose right in there. Yeah, just there, yep, mm-hmm. Oh, and give him a chance to really engage with it. I'll take a deep breath here. Good. Again, his choice. There, good, good. I'll take that away. Give him a rub. That was a good decision. I'll bring it right back up. There we go. I like that. That was good. We'll do that again. There. Oh, you're a smart pony. Yeah. All right. So I like that. You know, he's putting his nose there into the halter. Good boy. Wow, you're such a big boy. Oh my goodness, what a show off. So then, once I know that I'll put his nose into the halter, then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna come right over his head and he's gonna be like, oh, I don't want you coming over. And again, I'm exaggerating the movements here because again, I want him to be super solid with this. Could I kind of sneak it on and get it on him and he'd probably be okay? Yes. But what I really want him to do is get comfortable with it approaching him many ways. So I'm gonna get big, I'm gonna bring it over here. If he backs away, I'm gonna say, let's go back over here. Good boy. Hey, Mr. Cranky Pants. All right, good boy. All right, here we go again. I'm gonna show him the halter. Let's go back to him putting his nose on it. I'm gonna just kind of dial it back a second here, okay? So, let's see, will you put your nose in there? Put your nose in there. Come on. Come on. Put your nose in there, bud. Give me something. There we go. It's kind of softening into it. There. I'll go ahead and take that away, okay? I'm gonna push him back up here. Good boy. Let's get a little closer. Good. What a pony. And I'm gonna go ahead and ask him to put his nose back in there. And sometimes with our horses, if we find that they are having a hard time, I'll just kind of, there, good boy. I'll kind of dial it back a little bit. There we go, good. There, good, okay. I'm gonna come rub him right here. I'm gonna pick up my halter and I'm gonna rub him with the halter. I'm gonna hook it over his ear, good. I'm gonna hook it over that ear, good. I'm gonna rub him over the top of his head. See, he says he doesn't like that. We'll push him right back into that. But again, it's all like, we want him to be good with like a clumsy haltering, right? Where it's like all over his face and down his nose and under his throat latch. You know, it's not enough just to sneak it on there. So here we go. We're gonna come right back over. Oh. I'm gonna say, hey, be polite, be a gentleman. But I promise you, bud, this is all for your own good. Make life a lot easier for you, okay? So I'm gonna do this again. I'm gonna come over here, and I'll tell you what I'm gonna do here. Make it a little easier for him this time. I'm gonna come over here, and I'm just gonna add some pressure on this side of his face a couple times. Let's get him used to that. Just remind him that he doesn't have to overreact to that. You're good, bud, yeah. This is all stuff we've done, yeah, and you're good with. You know none of this is gonna hurt you or bother you. And again, and even though he's being reactive, I don't know if you remember, if you've been following him and you've seen like past videos, he would like go all the way to that back corner and I'd have to draw him all the way back over here. And so he's staying with me more, which I like. Even in his reactions, there, I was good. Awesome, what a pony. I'm gonna come over on this side. Oh, and you're putting your nose in, you're showing off now. Oh my goodness. Hey there, Mr. Slate. Good, what a pony. And I'm gonna take it away. So you did a really good job there. So you can see how we're really progressing with the haltering and what we're looking for and helping to get him more relaxed and comfortable so that we can just, like you would do, right? Just slip it over there. There we go. Awesome. So you see how we start to build it all together. Now, when I go to tie, I'm just gonna see what I got here. And a lot of times when we tie these things, ends of this like poke him or whatever, but I'm just gonna make sure that if it's sticking in him, I'm gonna either put it behind here, that latch where it's not flapping in his eye, or I can adjust it and put it between here, but it looks like it's staying away from his eye. Look at him, now he's acting like a pro, huh? Good boy, good boy. So again, for anyone who's been following him for a while, again, 10-year-old, untouched stallion, and I say untouched, unhandled. You know, when they brought him here from the rescue, we used panels and brought him into these pens like you would cattle through a chute. And for a lot of people, if you haven't been around horses, you might not understand the significance of that. You know, horses, you generally should be able to go up to them, pet them, put a halter on them without them trying to bite, kick, stomp you, charge you. So his behavior is unusual for a horse that would be domesticated. Why? Because he hasn't been handled, right? So he's been feraled and unhandled for a long time, but not for long. He's becoming a sweet, sweet pony here, and he's putting up with me, and he's doing a really, really good job. So now that we have him haltered, we're gonna go work on our next exercise, but he's done a really, really good job of standing still and accepting the halter for me.